and I hope to negotiate the release of the baby. I'd like to start by addressing the LGBTQ community directly. I want every member of that community to know that I come here tonight in peace.
Ever wonder why some comedians get away with saying anything while others get canceled for a single joke? Dave Chappelle's latest special is causing an uproar, and it's not just because of his punchlines. Chappelle is taking on woke culture head-on, and he's not pulling any punches. But is he crossing the line, or is he exposing the hypocrisy of cancel culture? Let's break down what's really going on behind the controversy.
He took a nasty spill on stage and said some wild stuff about the LGBTQ community during a concert. The baby was the #1 streaming artist until about a couple weeks ago. Now, you know I go hard in the paint, but even I saw that shit and was like, God damn, the baby. Ooh, he pushed the button.
So, DaBaby's in hot water and everyone's losing their minds. But what's the real deal here? This rapper was riding high, selling out shows left and right. Then he opens his mouth at a concert and suddenly he's public enemy #1. People are mad, like really mad. But why? It's not like he physically hurt anyone, right? Here's where it gets weird. DaBaby's career is on the line for some offensive comments. But Chappelle points out something crazy. He says DaBaby literally killed a guy in Walmart and nobody batted an eye. What's up with that? It's like society's got its priorities all mixed up.
He wants and him in Walmart. Oh, this is true. Google it. DaBaby a nigga in Walmart in North Carolina. Nothing bad happened to his career. I will acknowledge that. But, you know, a lot of the LGBTQ community doesn't know DaBaby's history. He's a wild guy. He pushed the button, punched the LGBTQ community right in the AIDS. Can't do that.
Chappelle's not holding back. He's calling out the hypocrisy, and people don't like it one bit. He's asking why words seem to matter more than actions these days. It's a fair question, isn't it?
But I do believe, and I'll make this point later, that the kid made a very egregious mistake. In our country, you can nigga, but you better not hurt a gay person's feelings.
But it's got people all riled up. Hold up a second, is Chappelle actually defending DaBaby here? Or is he making a bigger point about cancel culture and how we react to different kinds of offenses? It's not as simple as it seems. So, what's this DaBaby controversy Chappelle's talking about anyway? At a concert, DaBaby made some seriously offensive comments about HIV and the LGBTQ+ community. He basically implied that HIV/AIDS is a gay disease and made some other pretty messed up remarks. Not cool, right? The backlash was swift and brutal. DaBaby's getting canceled left and right. Festivals are dropping him. Radio stations won't play his music. And social media is tearing him apart. But Chappelle's not having it. He's sticking his neck out for DaBaby. Sort of. Why is Chappelle doing this? Is he just being contrarian? Or does he have a point? Maybe he's trying to show how quick we are to cancel someone over words while ignoring more serious actions. Or maybe he's just stirring the pot because that's what he does best. You think Chappelle's done pushing buttons? Think again. He's about to cross a line that's got everyone, from Netflix employees to Twitter warriors, up in arms. But here's the real question. Is Chappelle really the bad guy here? Or is he exposing something we're all too scared to talk about? Chappelle's got beef with the LGBTQ+ community, and he's not holding back.
And these people are trying to get around discrimination and oppression. And you know how white dudes are. We know these roads. My guess is the G's are driving that car. That makes sense to me, because there's white men in the G's. In fact, we built these roads. The rest of you buckle up. We'll get you to where you want to go.
He's calling them the alphabet mafia, like they're some kind of rainbow-colored crime syndicate. But like, why is he going after them so hard? Maybe he thinks they're off limits in comedy, and that doesn't sit right with him. He's comparing different letters of LGBTQ+ to car parts.
No, the G's don't like them that much. The G's always say like little subliminal digs on them. It's not mean, but you know what I mean? They just be like, I wouldn't wear that. So the G's are just driving the car. Of course, next to the G's in the passenger seat is the L's. Everybody likes the L's, except for the G's. And that breaks the tension between the L's and the G's. are the bees in the back seat.
He's saying some letters are like the brake pads, others are like the engine. It's offensive, sure, but is he onto something about how different groups within the community interact? People are losing their minds over this.
They seem greedy to the L's and the G's, you know what I mean? They're just sitting in the back seat like, yeah, man, I'll f anybody in this car. What's going on, man? There's one thing that the L's and the G's agree on is that the B's are gross. And sitting next to the B's, all the way in the back seat by themselves, looking out the window, that's the T's.
Everyone's screaming that Chappelle's punching down, but is he really? He's been roasting everyone for years. Black people, white people, rich, poor. So why is this different? And maybe it's because the LGBTQ plus community's been through so much already. Or maybe it's because they've got more social media clout these days.
Anything the T's say gets on everybody's nerves. And then the T's don't even say anything bad. They should be in the back talking to himself. I'm hot. Shut up. It's not the T's fault, but everyone in the car just feels like the T's are making the trip take longer. Everybody in the car respects the T's, but everyone also resents the T's.
Chappelle's got a point about cancel culture, though. Comedians are walking on eggshells out there. One wrong joke and boom, you're canceled. Is that really what we want for comedy? For art? But some folks are saying Chappelle's just bitter. Is he really fighting for free speech? Or is he just being a jerk because he can't handle criticism? It's hard to tell sometimes. The stakes are getting higher. Netflix employees are walking out, protesters are showing up at his shows. It's not just Twitter drama anymore, it's real-world consequences. But Chappelle's not backing down. He's doubling down, actually. He's like, you want me to stop? Make me. It's ballsy, but at what cost? Is he burning bridges he can't rebuild? Or is he standing up for something bigger than himself?
But if you make a Chappelle show, you'll hear from these all the time. Why is it that I can say the word with impunity, but I can't say the word? This is the department that tells you what you can and cannot say on television. And if you're doing your job well, you should never hear from them.
All right, so here's the million-dollar question. Are Chappelle's jokes actually harmful or just hilarious? It's like we're all walking a tightrope here, trying to figure out where the line is between edgy comedy and straight-up offense. Some people are saying Chappelle's words are dangerous, that they can cause real harm to marginalized groups. Others are rolling their eyes, saying it's just jokes, and everyone needs to lighten up. Who's right? Maybe both, maybe neither. Let's talk about intent versus impact for a sec. Does it really matter what Chappelle meant if people are getting hurt? He says he's not trying to be malicious, but some folks are feeling the sting. It's like that old saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. But then again, should we be policing art based on how it makes people feel? It's a slippery slope, right? Chappelle keeps saying he's punching up, not down, but who gets to decide which way is up? In his mind, he's taking shots at powerful institutions and calling out hypocrisy. But to others, he's just another rich guy picking on people who already have it rough. It's like we're all looking at the same picture but seeing totally different things. Here's a wild thought. What if both sides have a point? Maybe there's some middle ground here. Comedy's supposed to push boundaries and make us uncomfortable sometimes, but it doesn't have to be at the expense of people who are already struggling. So, is there a way to be edgy and thoughtful at the same time, or is that just wishful thinking? The comedy world is split right down the middle on this one. Some big names are backing Chappelle, saying he's fighting the good fight for free speech. Others are calling him out, saying he's just being a bully. It's like a civil war, but with punchlines instead of bullets. Ugh. But here's the kicker. All this controversy might be exactly what Chappelle wanted. Think about it. Every time he opens his mouth, it's front page news. People are talking about him nonstop. Maybe he's playing us all like fiddles, using the outrage to stay relevant. Or maybe he really believes he's on some noble crusade. Who knows? Chappelle might keep talking, but here's the crazy thought. What if he's the last of a dying breed? There's a new wave of comedians out there who are cracking people up without stepping on toes. How do they do it? And are they really as funny? Or are we just lowering our standards? Some folks are saying PC culture is putting comedy 6 feet under. You can't say anything these days without someone getting offended. But hold up, maybe comedy isn't dying, it's just changing, like evolving, or whatever. You've got comedians out there making people laugh without being jerks. It's wild, right? Take Anna Gadsby. She's out there talking about tough stuff like trauma and gender, and people are loving it. Or John Mulaney. Dude's clean as a whistle, but he's still hilarious. They're proving you don't need to punch down to get laughs. But here's the new nice comedy. As hard-hitting, can it tackle the big issues like the edgy stuff used to? Chappelle says he's done talking about all this drama, but come on, you really think he's gonna shut up? Bat chance. The guy loves stirring the pot too much. He'll probably come back with something even more controversial next time. The comedy scene's changing, that's for sure. But is it getting better or worse? Depends who you ask. Some say it's getting soft, others say it's getting smarter. Maybe it's both, maybe it's neither. Who knows? Here's a thought. What if it's not about being woke or unwoke? What if it's just about being funny and not being a total jerk? Crazy idea, I know, but maybe that's the sweet spot we're all looking for. So, what's next for comedy? Ha ha! It would sound it. Are we gonna see comedians playing it safe, scared of getting canceled, or are they gonna push back even harder, middle fingers up to the PC police? My guess, a bit of both. Some will play it safe, others will go all out, and the rest of us will be here, laughing, cringing, and